go over to Japan. Tyra Lu has some updates for us. Tyra?
Hi, Alma. I could barely hear you because I could hear some other correspondents. Sorry.
All right.
Hi, Alma.
Okay, I'm calling you Faye now. Tyra, what are your
Yes.
updates for us over there in Japan?
Yes, I just came back. I just came back home from work earlier, and at the train stations there was still a lot of people. It looks like we are not heading for an emergency lockdown here in Japan. However, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is already being pressured by several people, and of course by the Tokyo government to declare a state of emergency for the capital. That is because Satoshi Kamayachi, who is also Japan Medical Association, serving on the government expert panel on COVID-19. So he said it's time Japan makes a declaration and devises measures based on that, referring to Abe to declare a state of emergency to curb the spread of nCoV before it's too late. And almost everyone agreed it's better to declare a state of emergency here in Tokyo because as of Tuesday, there were already 78 newly confirmed cases, making it go over 500. And Osaka Governor Hirofumi Yoshimura, both Tokyo and Osaka, would be main candidates to enforce measures. So issuing stay-at-home requests to residents is highly encouraged. So this is what they said. However, there were information, or residents are actually assured by experts and the agriculture of ministry that the people should not go on panic because Tokyo will still stay the same. So it's just that people will be staying at home. However, Japan has ample food stocks, so purchasing of supplies will not be restricted. And aside from that, according to retail industry and other experts, no need for panic buying and hoarding of food, even under a state of emergency. So this is actually good news for all the residents, as Japan's rice stockpile is huge enough to meet 6 months of national demand. So that is according to the agriculture of ministry, whereas wheat stockpile is equivalent for over 2 months of demand. And COVID-19 crisis doesn't increase the amount of food we eat. So that's what the agriculture ministry said. So it is not necessary to buy more than we can eat or more than we can consume. And food shortages at the stores are just temporary since production, distribution, and imports have not stopped. And aside from that, transportation in Japan or transport system will continue to operate even in a state of emergency. So when Tokyo will be placed in a state of emergency, it is not like, or when Tokyo will be placed in a lockdown, it is not similar to the lockdown experience in China or in the US, because railways, buses, and public transport must be kept functioning. As they say, it make up the key infrastructure that supports people's lives and economic activities. So it will still continue. And they could not lock down all businesses here in Japan. So most of the businesses will still operate. It's just that they will be restricting people to stay at home to avoid any unessential travels. Alma?
Okay. One last question. In Japan's public schools are set to open in April?
That is very conflicting because according to some news, it is ready to, some schools are actually preparing to open for the 2020 to 2021 school year. However, some actually mentioned that, some governments mentioned that they will postpone the opening of the school until after May 6th. So until after spring break and after the golden week, the golden week holidays, like a couple of days. String of holidays here in Japan.
Okay.
So it's, I think it depends per prefecture, it depends per city within the prefecture.
So are citizens there alerted by the news from abroad as well?
Yes, I believe so. We already have news translated into English, so it's actually helpful. Actually, this Olympics, which were postponed to next year, it actually helped a lot because so many information were already translated into English, and foreigners could already understand most of the news, especially emergencies.
Okay, thank you very much for your update. I'll see you later, Tyra.
Oh, yes, Alma. See you later. This is Sirenel Filiulu from Tokyo, Japan. We live in interesting times.